Alright guys, welcome back to VALORANT News. The Americas kickoff officially begins today, but big roster drama already going down. The FURIA team is going to be dramatically different to their intended roster going into the new season. Seemingly a full North American squad has been leaked over the last several hours or so. Loads else happening elsewhere in addition. Very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comments because Zellsis has given his predictions for the tournament. Will they come true? Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always. I would greatly appreciate it. Starting here, these are what seem to be the new Sentinels jerseys. Seems like it's all going to get underway as planned after the fires and everything in Los Angeles. They were doing a couple of, media related stuff, and these seem to be the new Sentinels jerseys. Pretty fire at that. Of course, they get underway very shortly. We shall discuss their matchups in the coming minutes. Drew Spark, after his time on Sentinels as the assistant coach, we know that, of course, he, departed the team. He's going to go somewhere else. There were leaks about, Liquid or something, but really it was always going to be M80 per our understanding. And I thought this was cool because it also confirms that M80 are coming back into business, right? We've wondered whether M80 were going to commit again after what happened in Ascension with them over the last couple of years. Were they going to decide, you know what, we've come second in Ascension 2 years in a row, we're giving up, and especially because some of their players have gone elsewhere? Or are they going to commit to it again? So it seems like they're going to have Drew Spark as their coach. He's going to build the setup for M80 to try and win Ascension this year. It's a big challenge, and I'm wishing him the best to try and achieve it. Thought this is kind of cool as well. So Velocity Gaming, Indian team, they've brought in SK Rossi, they've brought in Lightning Fast, they've brought in Russ, among a couple of others from other regions. So I thought that was quite nice to see. That's their completed roster per our current understanding. But let's talk about the EMEA kickoff, because that got underway yesterday, and there were quite some fascinating moments in these opening couple of series. Apex, by the way, did confirm that Batanax is going to be in their roster, but he's not going to be able to play yet, visa problems or whatever, so they do have a replacement for now, but that is certainly the plan in the near term, and they did confirm their fifth, but it is pending visa approval, so he's not going to be able to play, it seems, for the upcoming weekend. We did get Tejo action as well. As you might have expected, it was Angel bringing him out to play, first of all. So I thought this was pretty cool to see. Vise picked, Omen, Astra, etc., etc. Now let's dive into some of these matches, right? So just before we get there, this is China. Back underway, the Chinese region. We saw these games the other day, and as of today, FPX are playing Titan Esports Club. This is a 1-1 game going down to the wire. The Pearl is yet to start. So so far it's been 13-11 to Titan Esports Club over FPX. Fracture's just gone back their way 13-7. So, FPX on paper here, the favourites. But yeah, this is RB's team, of course, having moved over there. So FPX got the bye. They will be the favourites to get to the upper semi-finals, but the final map on the Pearl is, as I say, just about to get underway. But in the European side, KC played Na'Vi, and despite picking Tejo for Angel, it wasn't quite good enough in the end. And the new KC roster, despite their practice being questionable and it's not been super clear how good they may or may not be, they get the win. And a pretty good win at that. They lost the Abyss 13-10 to Na'Vi, but after that, everything was pretty dominant, right? I mean, this was not the map where Angel pulled out the Tejo, but it was 13-2 to Casey on the bind. The Lotus was a bit closer, but not really. 13-6. So, yeah, interesting first impressions here just from these couple of teams. KC with Salak in charge, massive organisation, massive pressure, really, on Salak especially, to deliver a team that's going to be capable of trying to even win a championship for this KC roster and become a legend at the organisation. The first steps with the team that they put together is looking pretty good. The other series, though, had some banger rounds, like some just absolutely insane rounds. This was one here from Westside on Giant X up against BBL. 1 versus 2 situation. He gets stuns. Now, like, everyone kind of knows that stuns, do they really do anything? I mean, they're visual, they're cosmetic, but the funny thing is if he doesn't get stunned, I know that of course it gets him off the bomb, but it is funny sometimes that, oh, the guy's stunned, we've got to chow him, right? We've got to go get him. But, maybe that didn't really work out. If he wasn't stunned, maybe he doesn't actually win the round, but insane round for sure. This was another insane round here actually on the Pearl. This time it was from a BBL player, right? But here with the Marshall, gets the second, gets the third. I thought this shot was especially just beautiful. And then there's two more frags to find as well, and he gets both of them in addition. So yeah, I thought this is a pretty sensational round here. And Giant X versus BBL, this was the game 3 as well, so a massively important time actually here on the final map of the series. This was critical. I know that I think the Platchat guys had had Giant X all winning this series. What a round that is. So BBL, they get the win, they advance on to the next round. Giant X down to the losers bracket, and this is the way that bracket looks as it stands. So yeah, KC, they move on to play Vitality in the next round. That's going to be a banger game. And BBL will play Fnatic. Na'Vi and Giant X, of course, down to losers. So today, Liquid play KLY, and then Apex Gentlemates to kick off the tournaments there. So some big games to come, but of course, that is also certainly true in the Americas as well. We'll discuss what the bracket looks like there in a second, but I really wanted to start with what's happening with FURIA. So if you guys didn't see over the last couple of days, FURIA and other teams, to be fair, have been struggling with visa issues, as always. I mean, it's never going to stop, I don't think. This is, again, the problem. The teams, could they do a better job getting around this type of stuff? Maybe. But at the end of the day, it comes down to the visa agents, the people that are making the decisions. You can't keep getting the visas again and again and again. And it's not like Riot are going to come in and say, all right, you know what, this is too much of a challenge. We're going to make a league based in Sao Paulo for South America and Brazil and Latin America. And we're going to make, the North American League. Maybe they do that down the line. It's not going to happen yet, but it is massively affecting a lot of these teams. And we know that it's affecting the quality and the strength and the depth, especially of the Brazilian and other regions down there, because the tier 2 side is so separated from tier 1, and especially in Brazil. And then, of course, even getting to the Americas can be a challenge in the first place. So yesterday we saw B-Dog, Weeded, Ada, Stella, all tweeting out Brazil flag, green heart emoji. And then this is the current rumour on what the roster is going to be. So we saw that the other day that FURIA said, we're struggling with visa issues with our players right now. We're going to have to use a couple of substitutes. And I was thinking, are they going to get any players into the States? So what's going to be happening here? How many substitutes are they going to require? Turns out they require 5 substitutes. Their entire team will be completely different. So this is meant to be the roster. Now, Weeded, of course, was linked here as well. Corey, I think, was linked here as well. But for various reasons, I don't know if it could be visa stuff or whatever. Like, it's not, or maybe like health stuff, unfortunately, for Weeded. I know that he's had a couple more health concerns over the last few days. I'm not exactly sure what the situation is, but this seems to be the rumor that Jake is back, Penny is here, Stella is back, B-Dog and Ada is going to be a team of 5. Ada getting a chance, I think, is very exciting, actually, as well. But this is rumored to be the fully Brazilian FURIA roster here for the new season, just full of North American players. And yeah, I mean, how are they going to do? What does it look like? I find this a remarkable story. I mean, often we see, oh, this player is having a visa issue, we need a sub. Sorry about that. It's pretty rare you see the entire team can't get in the country. These are the 5 players they're going to have to use. I mean, Riot, I guess, are stuck there thinking, well, we can't say no, really, to them wanting to use 5 substitutes due to these kind of external situations. The idea, I guess, hopefully for FURIA would be, these guys stay in the tournament for long enough that FURIA can arrive with their full roster in time once they get everything hopefully sorted out, and then they can continue the rest of the tournament from there. And let's see how that tournament looks, right? So 100T, they are getting ready for their game against MIBR today. We also saw this from Zellsis. He actually made his predictions on the 9th of December, but he is still committing to these situations, with EG beating Loud and then MIBR beating 100T in his opinion. Very interesting. Obviously, I would love to get the Sentinels 100T round 2 game. So, I'm kind of hoping that 100T wins, so we get that matchup. This is the way the bracket looks. These are the way the games get underway. 10 p.m. at GMT in my time this evening. So, you guys can work it out from there around the world. So FURIA play tomorrow. They play 2-game esports tomorrow. We don't yet know the roster. On paper, it could be Khalil, Muzera, Havoc, Heat, and Rafa if they arrive in time. But they're not going to arrive in time. So it is probably going to be something similar to that roster that we just saw. They're going to play 2-game esports. 2-game will therefore be the favourites, right? Because, we can even see it in the odds right here. We don't even know what roster FURIA are going to field. They're not even like a proper roster either. Like they don't, I mean, okay, they're Turtle Troop and some of these guys have experience together, but it's not like they're a roster with practice. Whereas, 2G, okay, questions on how high their ceiling is, but their floor potentially should be high enough to take down FURIA. So, yeah, if FURIA do drop to losers, which they may well do, the point is that they won't play until like the 24th of January. So that gives the team another week pretty much to hopefully, from their perspective anyway, get everything sorted. And if they were to win, then they would play Lev with the same team, and then if they were to lose that one, then, you know, they get even more of a wait until the start of February. So, yeah, if that FURIA team that subs in, if these guys can win a single series for FURIA, then they will put those guys in a good spot, I would say, once they're able to return. But yeah, a real fascinating turn of events. Very much interested your thoughts on the comment section and your predictions for this evening. I guess I should just go through mine real quick. So yeah, as I say, 100T MIBR. I think I would back 100T here, to be fair, to win. I also kind of hope that they win, but I think it's going to be close. I'll give it a 2-100T, and I'm really excited to see how Aspas does in this series and what the rest of that team is doing. And then EG Loud, I think I will take EG. Again, very, very tough to call this series. I think it could arguably be a couple of 2-1s here. I'm not a massive fan of the new Loud team. I think that EG should be very marginally better, but I really don't have all the answers. So very much enjoyed your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Take care, and I'll see you next time.